welcome back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 speed build today. And so today I am building a large family home for my current household family called the Andrews. If you guys do not know, I did upload a video yesterday of a creative sim of creating all 5 of them: Omar, Sierra, Lori, Kai, and Molly. They are a family of 5, so we have 2 young adults, a teenager who is literally passionate about dancing and the whole profession of just being creative. And then we have a little boy who is a child who is just starting to get starting to think of what his life is going to be in the future, but he is currently in the Boy Scouts after school activity. And then last but not least, we have little Molly, who is a toddler who's only 3 years, almost 4 years old as of right now. And I'm super excited to dive right into some gameplay for my current household update video, hopefully by the end of this week or next week, if you guys are up for it, because I have to say, I spent a good solid 6 hours on this house, a good solid 2.5 hours on the creative sim, and then a couple more hours of just gameplay on stream last night. And so that was like almost 4 hours. So 6, 8, like almost a total of 12 hours playing The Sims for this one current household, I swear. And I'm not even done. I am not done with this family. I have to build a restaurant. I've already created, like, you know, Kelly the mean girl, which I will explain in this video. And I have a creative sim already made for her Mean Girls Club as well. I have a lot of things to explain and talk about the Andrew family and other people, and this is not a let's play. This is only a current household that I will play off camera, whether on my own free time or on stream, but not as a let's play for YouTube. So if you guys want to catch me play this family and kind of just interact with you guys, follow me on Twitch. The link is down below. But also, let me tell you, I'm just proud of myself for doing this, because I have never ever been committed as much as I thought I would be until now, because I literally made an Instagram for Lori Andrews, who is a teenager, for this family. I don't know why I did it, but well, actually I do know why I did, because I'm literally excited to see what will happen in Lori's life as a teenager, because she's currently 16 in my mind, a 16-year-old who is going through life changes of high school. She is a sophomore, trying to deal with life of society, of becoming a professional dancer, actor, singer, and kind of just figure out what she really wants to do for her future. And so she's trying to trying to document her life through photos and posting them on Instagram. And I just posted a brand new photo of her just today around 3 a.m. my time. So if you guys want to follow her on Instagram, I will leave the link down below to that, along with my own Instagram as well. So, you know, just plug in everything, the creative sim from yesterday, her Instagram, my Twitch, stuff like that. And I'm very proud of myself for right now for doing that, because I'm always a person that wants to step out of my comfort zone and do something different and just see what I could do and what the outcome will be like in the future. And so doing this house is my first step of trying something different, because I've never really built a house like this or spent this amount of time on a house that I was truly dedicated for. And the fact that I put a basement in it speaks a lot to me, because I normally don't put basements in a house, and I normally don't spend this much work on a family or a sim that I'm actually just excited for. So, you know, hopefully you guys will enjoy more videos of the Andrews family. It might end up being a let's play somewhere in the future. I don't know when, but maybe in the future when Lori goes to college. If we get university next year, best believe university LP will be happening with Lori Andrews. I have the lifespan on long, and I plan to kind of just play very casually, very slow, and not speed up too much in my own offline gameplay for this family, because I have pictures to take, screenshots to edit and upload to Instagram and Twitter, you know, all the things. Because yeah, I don't know, I just feel passionate about this, okay? It's fine. But I want to give a huge shout out to these 3 lovely people, mostly, no, 4 lovely people. So KrystinMyrie, Avalyn Sims, Urban Sims X, and Thomas TV. Those 4 people are my ride or die people, because they're builds. their builds are freaking phenomenal. Because I was watching Jen's video while I was like watching like building, because I was trying to figure out how in the world did she do that, like, you know, that driveway to the garage thing. And I knew that she used like one of the roofs, but I could not figure out how to make it line up to, you know, the wall. And when she did it, it looked easy, but when I did it, it looked freaking difficult. But in the end, I figured it out, and it looks so freaking cool. So huge shout out to Jen and Kirsten for, you know, doing those two amazing like ideas. And that's awesome, because Jen got it from Kirsten, and Kirsten did it first. And so, just saying, those two are amazing. And then for Thomas, I'm like, how? How do you build so good? I don't understand. It blows my mind that you can build a 64 by 64 every single week. But also, I'm like, you killing it. You killing it, bro. You killing it. But then Adeline, I'm going to say she's a building witch. And a good witch, like, you know. But then she has like magical powers, so, you know, I don't know what she does, but she's a building witch, where she is literally like putting out builds like every single day, making them all fantastic and phenomenal. I love her builds, so if you guys want to follow them, I will leave their links down below to their channels for sure, because you guys will definitely not be disappointed in their videos, because they're awesome, very authentic, very real and raw and awesome. So you guys can, you know, give them some love, you know. Okay, what's today? Today's Saturday, and I've gotten to the point where like I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to just speak random thoughts that just pop into my head, and that's what I'm doing for the time being until I get my life straight and this jet lag just goes away. Because I've been sleeping for about 10 to 13 hours a day, so half of my day is sleeping, and the other half of the day is like kind of trying to record and upload videos on time, but that never happens. But it's okay, it's fine, it's my life. But yeah, but anyway, how are you guys doing today? What are you up to on this lovely Saturday or Sunday, whatever time it's for you, whatever time you're watching this video, or what day you're watching? So yeah, let me know in the comments below how you doing. So I want to talk about this family a little bit more like in depth, because I have more stories to tell, especially with like, you know, Kelly Chan and Omar Andrews. Ooh, I don't like him at all. I don't like Kelly. I love Omar. Omar is awesome. But I want to talk about, let's see, the family history with Omar first, because Omar is like the original sim that I kind of came up with on out of the whim, because he was created in The Sims Mobile, and I'm like, oh, cool. Omar's a cool name. Let's kind of recreate him in The Sims 4. But I didn't do that. I just took his name, and it looked really cool, and I put Andrews by, you know, as his last name. So Omar Andrews was previously a child star. He's been a child star since he was in diapers. Like literally when he was born, his mom's like, hey, here's a camera. I'm gonna put it in your face. And so she did. But Omar's mother was an actress, and his father was a movie director. So they kind of like worked hand in hand, did like short little documentaries from their time in the spotlight, as you know, Omar's life. And they literally made a documentary of Omar's life from when he was born to when he kind of was like the age of 13, I would say. And so when they did that and released it, Omar was like, hold up, wait a minute, what the heck is this? I don't understand. How is this possible? You made a documentary about my life when I said don't put a camera in my face. I don't like being in the spotlight. And having been forced in the spotlight all his life made him drive away farther and farther away from like fame and fortune and the money and all like the fans and everything, because he couldn't handle the pressure. Because I feel like when you're a child star, you have that mindset, oh, money, fans, all the fame and everything like that, and it goes to your head. But that wasn't for Omar. Omar was like, I wanted to live a normal life ever since I was 9 years old, but you guys forced me to do this. And so he just kind of just did it on his own. But when he got up to the age of 20, he decided to just go ahead and quit all the acting, all the fame, all the money. But he was able to earn more royalties from like the movies and the TV shows he was in previously. since he was a child star, he got money. So he was able to afford a house on his own and build it himself, which was amazing and awesome for himself. But there have been a few bumpy roads in his life. As there was one person that he truly cared about that used him for his fame and his money and his just all-around persona, and her name was Kelly Chan. Kelly Chan was a nobody. She was a sim that you never would have thought would do this, and she was like, she has this one club called the Mean Girls, and they're not really technically the Mean Girls like, you know, the Mean Girls in the movie, but you know, they are very mean, snobby, and will literally do anything and everything to be famous. But one of them are not the same, and I will get into that in another video. But for Kelly Chan, she used to be bullied. She used to be very sad and depressed and very quiet, had no friends, and she wanted to prove people wrong, that she could be something more and prove that she could be famous and successful no matter however she looked. But that kind of got to her head where she had to be a certain way, she had to look a certain way, she had to be with somebody who acted, who was famous, who had money, who was handsome or cute or whatever. She would date literally anyone and use them for their fame. And she rose to her fame very quickly for being on Instagram and using people for like their numbers and their views that they got on like on SimTube and SimBook and stuff like that. And then so when Kelly Chan came across Omar at the age of like 11, when Omar was, well, yeah, when Omar was 11, she was technically like 13 at the time, so like 2 years older than Omar. And when they finally met at around when Omar was 16 and she was 18, they started dating. And so that was a little bit weird. And in the limelight of Del Sol Valley, they was like, oh, a celebrity couple, they seem really cute together, let's like ship them together, Omar and Kelly. Oh, so nice, I like it. And so when they started dating, Kelly only used Omar for like, you know, publicity, fame, and kind of just rise and grind and get to fame. And so when they went on the first date, she immediately was like, oh, so Omar, how's your day going? Like, you know, a typical girlfriend that she does. Like, how's your day going? What are you filming? How much money you're gonna make from this film? Blah, 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 so on and so forth. She was only asking like the money questions about, she didn't really care about his feelings at all. She only cared about what he was doing, how he's gonna do it, how he's gonna make how much money he's gonna make. Because the weird thing is that Omar bought a house. Omar bought a house in Del Sol Valley, where like in the rich height of that area, they bought a house. They lived together for 4 years, and that didn't end very well when he became 20. So they've been dating for 4 years. He actually proposed to Kelly, and then called it off when he found out that she was like kind of cheating in the tabloids and the rumors and the scandal, because she's been a little bit cheaty, but Omar was forgiving her because he had a good heart. But that was the last straw. The last straw was when Kelly Chan started dating Izzy, who is a very fashionable fashion guru that is in Del Sol Valley, that has all the fame and is like kind of the richest sim in Del Sol Valley besides the land grab. But even though the land grabs are all old and crusty, and she doesn't like that, she loves young, rich, famous, fit, skinny people. And that's like, she's a very rude sim. I don't like her. When I was creating her, I wanted to like literally jump in the game and punch her in the face, because that's how much I hate Kelly Chan. Her motto in her club, it says, be skinny or get out. Like, if you are not under 120 pounds, you can get the GTFO out of my club. And I literally, we were creating her on stream, and I was like getting frustrated at one, just the sim, but also like, I don't know why I do this every single time. Every time I create a sim, I come up with a storyline as I'm creating them. But when you guys like gave me a storyline for her, and I kind of put my ideas with your ideas together, it made a good sim. but made me hate her even more, which is a good thing. And so, yeah. Don't you just love Kelly Chan? I will explain more about her like actual backstory, like why she is the way she is now in a different video, hopefully next week. I already have the video recorded and everything like that, but yeah, that's Kelly Chan. She'll use you, abuse you, and just like rise to fame for numbers. And she's still rising because of Omar. And they signed a legal document saying you are in a contract for 5 years. If we break up, 5 years, and I still get, you know, money and the numbers and the publicity and like the ads and whatever. And they still have to take photos together for Instagram, which I don't like. The fact that Omar, it was one, his parents, and two, Kelly. Those three people were the only reason why Omar left the spotlight. And so Omar is a very family-oriented person. Ever since he met Sierra at the age of 21, they have been they were like a ride or die. They will literally do anything and everything to make each other happy. And Sierra was like a sim that have been watching Omar since she was very, very young, like back in like when she was like 9, and Omar was also 9. So she's been watching him forever, and she's like a diehard fan, but she knows deep down in her heart that she doesn't want to see Omar unhappy, and she'll like do anything to make him happy. So I feel like Sierra and Omar are like the best couple in the world, and they've been together for 15 years. So it's kind of nice to know that they are like getting along together. Like they're like 30 something. So they had Lori at a very young age of their in their time, and like they just knew for a fact they would be together forever and get married, and they are married. And so like they said, let's have a kid, and so they did, and they're living their best lives now. So where the fact that Kelly and Omar's parents kind of pushed him away from fame is that it was all the pressure, all the commitment, all just the attention that he was getting. He didn't like it. He wanted to live a normal kid life, and he didn't get that. And so what Omar is doing now is that he moved away from Del Silla Valley. He sold his property. He gave the majority of his money to charity, to a very good cause for kids in foster care, which is so awesome and adorable and kind of him for doing that. And also he gave some charity money. He gave some money to charity for the elderly, because his grandmother was not a famous person at all. And so I would say Omar's grandmother was one of the people that actually truly cared about his feelings, his well-being, and what he was doing on a day-to-day basis, and make sure he stayed true to himself. And he did, thanks to his grandmother. And so Omar wants his kids to know that you don't have to be in the limelight. You're already famous in my eyes. And they know that their father is famous for like these certain things, but he doesn't want his kids to live that certain way, where they have to look a certain way, they have to be a certain weight, they have to act a certain way, they have to be somebody that they're not, they have to have amount of money, they have to lose this amount of weight, they have to have these certain friends, this agency, this brand deal. They don't have to be a certain way at all. And he wants his kids to be true to themselves, make sure they're taking care of their well-being, their mental health, and just being who they are to the best of their ability. But that's not the case for Lori. Lori is 16 years old, and all that time was the fact that it wasn't the best thing to like kind of think about. Lori was a kid way like she's known about Omar for like 5 years before like meeting him in real life, because Omar isn't really Lori's father, because Sierra was already pregnant by somebody else. And so Sierra came into the relationship with a kid already that was already like 5-6 years old. And so they've been together for 10 years. So like, yeah, it's been a very interesting ride. And Omar like understood why what happened and didn't judge Sierra for what she did or how it happened. And so in his eyes, he knows that Lori is his biological daughter, because he had to sign some paperwork, and the father's no longer in the picture because the father kind of passed away in a car accident, which is really, really sad and really, really bad. And so Sierra thought she couldn't find any more happiness, but when she met Omar, it was like doors wide open for her. And so they settled down at the age of like 21, 22. Same, it's like they had like the same birth month, which is very funny and very kind of just very funny. So when they sat down to talk about legal things, the adoption, where they're gonna live, how they're gonna do things, how they're gonna avoid the spotlight as much as possible, they thought, you know what? Let's move. Let's take Lori and move to Newcrest. It's a very, very quiet suburban type of town that no one really knows us, who they really are, and it's kind of good for them to just kind of step out of that lifestyle that Omar lived. And so when Sierra had Lori at the age of like 15, 16, let's just say that Sierra was like talking about Omar for like ages, like, oh, I love Omar so much, like I can't wait to marry him one day, and it actually happened. And I guess all that talk about Omar and showing all the videos and all the TV shows and movies that he was in, I guess that she kind of wanted to be famous for something, but she did it for the all wrong reasons. Like she wanted to like be like Lori wanted to be a person that wants to be famous for all the right reasons, but is like kind of doing it now for the wrong reasons, because she's in the stage of her life where she's in high school, a sophomore in high school, where it's literally the point where she has to figure out what she's going to do in the next 2 years to become famous as a famous dancer. But in her mind, she is overweight, and all her life she's been like, doing a little bit modeling, a little bit acting, but all the like producers, all the critics and everything, since she's not the ideal girl for Delta Little Valley to be, famous. And I guess all that hate, all that criticism, she didn't take it very well. And so she always thought that she was never, one, good enough, pretty enough, the right weight. She was just wanted to give up. And so what Omar told her when they met for the very first time, and Omar knew that she had a sense of like embarrassment, low self-esteem, and not enough confidence in her to like really open up about who she wants to be as a dancer. Omar told her that make sure that you always stay true to yourself. You are the most prettiest, smartest, good-looking girl I've ever met in my entire life, and no one can ever take that away from you. And you know what? Don't listen to those critics. Never listen to what they have to say about your personality, your physical features. Like let's just say they're jealous. They're jealous about that they can't be who they wanted to be, so they have to stick with that one sleazy, good for nothing job that they have to exploit other people for their weight, their looks. So you know what, Lori? I want you to be the best girl that you can be, no matter how you look, no matter how you dress, no matter how you act, but act very good. Act to be a good person, to be someone, to be a role model. Just be a role model to the little girls and boys of the world. And I guess when Omar kind of said some good thoughts and good memories of what he has done in his life to be a good role model to like the little girls and boys of the world, I guess Lori took that really, really well and put all that like excitement and passion and motivation to really work on her like self-esteem, her confidence, being herself. And so she just wants to just be happy in her own skin, and I like that for her, and I'm very proud of her for what she's done so far. She she deactivated her old Instagram but started a new one, and that's why I'm starting this Instagram for her, to show her that she can be whoever she wants to be and look and feel great about it. And so I'm just really proud of this. And so this is kind of like a passion project for me, but also for her, even though she's not real, but she's real in my eyes. And so a passion project for me and her, and watching her grow, one, as a sim, as a role model, and as a professional dancer that one day wants to open up her own dance studio and give back to the community of Del Sol Valley, but also her own charity that she wants to come up with one day. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how it all goes in the end. I'm just excited to see her journey to become a very successful dancer, especially with Omar trying to continue to get out of the limelight, because Kelly still has ties to Omar with like pictures and stuff. He still has to take pictures with Kelly every once in a while for the next like 5, well, it's been like, wait, hold up, 1, 2, 3. He has like 1 more year left. Oh my gosh. He has 1 more year left before he has like the contract is over. Oh, I'm ready. I'm excited for that, actually. You know, it's going to be a fun time. It's definitely going to be a fun time because Omar did have some other contracts with other brands that he had to commit to before he quit. That lasted like about 10 years. So all his contracts are about to be over, even with Kelly. And so I'm really excited about this. Oh, 1 more year left, and then Omar is free from Kelly and the fame. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun year for me and the Andrews family. So hopefully you guys are excited for this wonderful journey of Lori and Omar, but also Sierra, which I will explain more in a current household update of her backstory, or her current story, and other things as well. But you know, it's gonna be a fun ride. I'm gonna make all the grandparents and the relatives and the other people as well. So it's gonna be a fun time to just explore the whole family tree in a nutshell. So hopefully you guys are sticking around for more Andrews content. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, but I'm just rambling, but it's fine. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and actually wrap up this video right here. I hope you guys really much enjoyed of this one little rant, shout out, storytelling video of this build. I did not talk about the build at all because I just don't have time for that. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!